Welcome to this comprehensive ChatGPT beginner tutorial. In this video I want to show you all the basics so you can get started right now with ChatGPT, the all-purpose AI. If you first visit their homepage, you will look at the same screen or a similar screen that I do right now. And because you probably want to get started with ChatGPT for the first time, you need to sign up for an account. So create a new account, you can't log in yet. So that's why we want to click on the sign up button. After that, we have two options to get started. We can either log in with one of these service providers, which is a pretty nice option, or we can create an account with an email address and a password. In this case, I want to use the continue with Google option because it's just my personal preference, but any option works fine. So I will do that right now, and then I will see you back on the first page that comes after I've continued with Google. So I just got finished with the registration process and now I got prompted with this window once I got signed in successfully. Hopefully that is the same for you. Right now we have some information if we get started for the first time, but we can ignore that for now and click on OK, let's go. So this is the first image or the first landing page that you will look at once you're signing in. And I want to take a quick second to go through all of the settings that we have right now. So first of all, if you click on your icon right here, and don't worry, my profile picture is bugged out for some reason, you have the option of customizing ChatGPT. What this means is that you can provide specific details that you want to include in every prompt and in every conversation you have with the artificial intelligence. So from my personal experience, you don't need this. It is not a mandatory thing you need to do. Like you can see right here, you have these two text fields where you could input something like answering these questions to make or to customize ChatGPT. So for example, what would you like ChatGPT to know about you to provide a better response? Or how would you like ChatGPT to respond? It's okay to leave it just simply blank because it gets enabled for all new chats, and maybe sometimes you want to have the creativity of ChatGPT, so leave them blank and you're good to go. So I will click on cancel right here. Now we have more settings. Let's click on the settings and work through them. So general theme right here. This is simply the look of the window. I have it on system, which means if I choose my system settings, I use a Windows PC to be dark, then this entire window will also appear dark. If I choose light in my system settings, it will change to light. Generally, I think your system settings are the same as your personal preference. It's just how the color is. I'm a huge dark mode fan, so I have everything in dark mode because it's easier on the eyes, at least in my opinion. So I leave it on system because my system settings are dark, but you could also manually adjust them for dark and light right here. Now multi-factor authentication, you could do this. I will leave it blank. It essentially makes your login process a little bit more secure and encrypted, but it's optional. You can leave it as is. Always show code when using data analyst. Let's take this on. Depending on how often you will use data analytics as prompts or work on that, it's nice to have more feedback and in this case, show the code. So archive chats, there you can manage your archive chats. I don't have archive chats right now because it is a brand new account, but if you have archive and chat, you can manage them there. So for example, you get two options. You can delete an archive chat or you can restore it so it appears back with all the other chats, where we will have a look in a couple of seconds. You can also delete or archive all of your current chats to make your interface a little bit more simple and to get a better overview and a quicker grasp of where you want to actually work. With speech, ChatGPT can explain answers to you or read them out. And in this window, you can change from a couple of voices. It's again personal preference and no need to change anything right here. So I will go with the default option. For data controls, the first option is chat history and training. So it reads out like this: save new chats on this browser to your history and allow them to be used to improve our models. Unsaved chats will be deleted from our systems within 30 days. This setting does not sync across browsers or devices. So if you leave this on, Essentially what it means is that all of your chats will be saved automatically in this browser you're logged in. So in this browser right now. I advise you to leave it on because it's practical. Shared links, there you can manage all of the shared links. So for example, any chat can be shared via a link where others can view this chat. They can't enter a new prompt, but they can read through the entire chat. And there you can manage all of the links. So for example, if you want to delete a link or manage a link, that kind of stuff. Then you have options to export your data or delete an account, which we don't need right now. So I will X out this window. On this button right here, you can optionally upgrade your plan, but you don't need that right now. If you click on your name again and on the third button, you could potentially log out. But we also don't want to do that right now because I want to show you this tutorial. Right now, we are in the ChatGPT 3.5 version, which is the free version. You need to upgrade your plan for ChatGPT 4 or DALL-E, better DALL-E models, which is image generation, but we don't need that right now. So we'll leave ChatGPT 3.5 open right now. And on this sidebar, we will see all of the chats. So every time we enter a new prompt in ChatGPT after we visit the page for another time, a new chat will be generated. I will show you. So this button right here closes the sidebar so that everything is more sleek and more, minimal. You have a better overview. And that's essentially it. You now have the message option. It's as you were chatting with another human, where you can put in basically anything. So right now, we have these prompts where we can experiment how ChatGPT answers. This is the same as if I would enter anything in here. So you see. And let's go with the make up a story about a sharky, a toothbrushing shark superhero. Let's click to send. And right now, ChatGPT will generate the response for us. And again, don't get distracted by this wrong displayed profile picture right here. So now, this is our prompt. This is the response we got from ChatGPT. And right here, we have a couple of options as in any prompt. We can read it out with the voice that we just chose. We can copy it, so we can paste it anywhere. It's the same as if you would go like this and press your shortcut to copying the stuff. You could redo the entire thing, which will generally pick up this prompt again and regenerate it. Sometimes the same prompt or the same answer generates, sometimes a slightly different one. And there you can give feedback if the response was bad or not. So for example, we could also now re-enter this chat to make this prompt different. So for example, make the story longer. Now we can send this new message and ChatGPT will get the context of the previous message and makes our story longer. Right now we can optionally leave feedback if this conversation was helpful so far, but I'll exit out for now. What we can also do is we can edit existing prompts. So for example, if we changed our mind and don't want the story longer right now, we can also type in make the story shorter, save and submit. And now the prompt will get redone with our new input. And now we can change between prompt 1 and prompt 2 and maybe compare them or do something like that. What we could also have done is make the story longer and now enter in make the story shorter, but this would have lengthened our entire chat. Now we have this chat right here. And if we open the sidebar again, you will now see marked under today, right now, our new chat. Now you have a couple of options with any chat. You can either share it, so you get a link generated where you can share it to anyone that has internet. You can rename the chat. So for example, we want to rename it Sharky. So we know that this is our story. Or you can leave the default option. ChatGPT always chooses a default name. We could delete the chat, or with this button right here, we could archive the chat. So these are the options that we talked about in the settings a couple of minutes ago. What we could also do is click the button up here to generate a new chat, a new blank page. Now we want to do something more specific as a second example. We want to write a spreadsheet formula to convert a date in one column to the weekday like Thursday. So ChatGPT also works with these windows where you can copy code if it is now Excel or something like a programming language. That works really good with ChatGPT as well. So you can instantly copy this right here, and now you have copied the contents of this SCSS block, which is wrongly labeled. It should be an Excel formula. But yeah, that's this feature. And now we see we have this new chat up here. Now, for example, we can archive this chat because we don't want to look at it right now. And for this other chat, maybe we want to delete it. So we can quickly click on here, delete the chat, and now we are back with a blank slate and a new option to message ChatGPT again.